Hey guys. So this is gonna be an interesting series. It's your boy, Ashen Wings here. Um, so for those of you who are not aware, this is Dungeons and Dragons Online. Now, Dungeons and Dragons Online is a very interesting game because it it's it's dated, right? And it's changed hands since the last time I played it. But this is a very fun game for me. I enjoyed playing it a lot back in the day. Um, Even though my main MMO of today is Final Fantasy 14, I do. There are parts of this that I enjoy, and there's a certain challenge to it, right? Because the game is kind of dead. Um, there's still quite a good amount of people playing it, but it's not often that you get a bunch of new people who come into play. But if this is going to help give any kind of exposure to the game, then I hope it does. Because, frankly, Dungeons & Dragons Online has been a super awesome game for myself. And me and my stepbrother have had a pretty big connection with this game. And he is actually going to be joining us on this adventure. You'll hear him every now and again over the mic. He's right, like literally right there. So we'll talk amongst each other. He's been playing the game pretty hardcore for a little while now, and he's pretty high up there. But I gave him the idea that if he wanted to make some kind of content, that what he should do is he should make a brand new character on a brand new account with nothing at all, and give a free-to-play experience on such a thing. True free-to-play, right? These are our rules, essentially. We can't put $1 into the game. And we have to unlock everything in the DDO store as far as classes, races, adventure packs. Those things are all locked behind a paywall, right? And while it's going to take a lot of time for us to get towards the end of this, right, it's not impossible to have fun and play for free on Dungeons & Dragons Online. And now sometimes, right, sometimes you're going to want to pay money, and right, obviously this is just a guide for those who don't, right, who don't want to spend any money on this game, who want to try it themselves. It's an experience, okay? And I'll kind of run you through some stuff here. So this is a brand new account. I hadn't played Dungeons & Dragons Online in like 7 years. So it's been a while for me. But I still have the general idea of things. And so our whole thing is we're just going to literally go through the game as free-to-play characters, free-to-play accounts, and see how far we can get and how much we can unlock throughout this. I'm going to make a video pertaining to something in the future, but you actually get a bunch of the in-game, or not in-game currency, but the cash shop currency just by playing the game itself on a new account. So there's 8 servers, and if you make a new character on each server, and you get that character up to like 500 favor. Favor is something that is determined by you complete quests. You get favor for certain factions. And as you get your favor up, you get free DDO points, is what they call them, right? And so with those DDO points, you can buy things like adventure packs, classes, races, the whole thing, right? And the whole concept is you get all those together, and you're able to boost your character and make them better, right? You have access to better classes and better races, and you have access to cooler adventure packs, which give you better gear, and so on and so forth. So it's very cool. And they implement a lot of the stuff, a lot of like the adventures that Dungeons and Dragons implements now, even still in 2021, like the Curse of Strahd, right? Like you fight Strahd in here. In this whole thing, it's kind of crazy, but a lot of the stuff is kind of expensive. So making a new character, once you make a new character on a brand new account, when that character hits a certain amount, right, then if you make another character and try to do that again, it won't work because they've already hit the first time server bonuses for your account. So I believe, if I recall correctly, you could make somewhere up to like 1,000 or like 2,000 DDO points on your first run through. I think it was 1,000 DDO points on your first run through if you did a new character up to like 500 favor on every server. And then, of course, you choose the one server you wanted to stay on. Server that I'm on is Galanda. For any of you who are curious, by all means, if at any point any of you wish to play while we're doing the series, feel free to let us know. I'd be more than happy to get you into a little group of ours, and maybe we can grind it out together. But what I would ask is that if you guys are interested in joining us in our adventure, please do not just start gifting us a bunch of stuff like DDO points or access to certain things. Like, don't bother doing that, because if you do that, that's kind of like having an inside man, so we don't want that. But we're going to start off with character creation, right? And we're going to figure this out. So this is a screen, right, for character creation. If you're going to go down here, you can create. And here you have all of your stuff, right? You've got your classes to choose from, or your styles to choose from, right? We got melee, which is pretty obvious. Spellcasters, also obvious. Specialists is a little weird, kind of going off stuff, but generally that's like your rogues and your rangers, and you'll see that all here. So melee, you've got a fighter, a barbarian, and a paladin. And then in the spells, you have a sorcerer, a cleric, and a wizard. And you'll see that some of these they have this unlock thing next to them, right? That is because, we haven't unlocked them yet. There's these cost premium DDO points and stuff like that, so that is how you're going to go about unlocking that. Unless, of course, you paid for the monthly subscription to the game, which you get everything for free. But not all of it. Yeah, I don't think you get the adventure packs, right? Like the certain adventure packs.
Anything that came out with an expansion,
right,
you won't get. It's
right.
Like iconics and stuff like that.
Right. Okay, so then so that's ended up being the case. But even still, with our free-to-play accounts, we're not going to get pay the $15 or whatever to get the subscription. We're going to earn these, right? And because when you buy them, right, if you go about buying them, you don't have to spend a monthly subscription to use them at all. You own them, right? So, and then so same style, right? We go down to specialist, and we've got rangers, rogues, and bards. So that's what's available to us. We have 9 classes to do. So there's that. What I'm actually going to do for this is I am going to go and create a ranger, because I quite like the class. It's fun, versatile. You can see over here that it says on the right side of the screen, it says that solo ability is good. That generally means that if you ever were going to play by yourself, that it would hold on. Yeah, if you were ever to play just on your own, right, it had a good ability of doing that. So for instance, to play a rogue by yourself is quite challenging. To play a bard by yourself is quite challenging. But if you go to, like, I'd imagine maybe this. Whoop. Yeah, solo ability, good, very good for a paladin. Because normally they have a healing aspect, right? I'm sure it's the same deal with clerics. They have a very good solo ability because they can heal themselves, right? So if you have a basic ability to just kind of heal yourself, in the eyes of DDO, you're pretty good at soloing.
Except for the bards where it says challenging.
Exactly, except for the bards, which says challenging, which you can technically heal as a bard, and you can heal as a ranger, but...
Rangers are way later.
Right, but rangers are later. It's different because, like, they also don't get general bonuses to their heals, like, right off the bat. So, it's a lot of that. So we're going to go ranger. And now here, this is where it's different, right? these are preset builds that you can do for your character. Deepwood Sniper, right? It just shows you pretty much that you are a stealthy archer. Kind of gives you like a general background of stuff and gives you a pre-made set of stats. And as you level up as a Deepwood Sniper, it automatically gives you what you want when you level up, like based on this path, right? Same thing for Tempest, right? Tempest use like 2 swords usually, and they spin around. They do a lot more melee stuff. Arcane Archer uses a special kind of like spell to arrow ratio, which is nice, but it can be built better. So
Deepwood's really the way.
yeah, Deepwood is really nice, but I'm gonna go ahead and use Customize, because when you customize, you'll be able to. You can also choose your sex down here, male or female. And so when you customize, you'll hit next, and now you'll have access to your races. So as you can see, there's tons of races in this game, literally so many of them. But as a beginning account, you can only choose between dwarf, elf of the Corvair variety, a halfling, or a human. And so in this case, for those of you who don't know, I guess, Rangers use the dexterity stat as their damage. And dexterity is also good for AC. Dexterity is good for dodging. Dexterity is just good. It's just good in general. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go elf, because elf actually, if you hit this more info section, it says elves start with a higher dexterity and a lower constitution. Which means technically I'll have less health, but I'm also have a higher dexterity, which means I'll do more damage than like a human, for instance, right? And then I also am resistant to enemy enchantment spells, keen senses that allow me to spot hidden trapdoors and hiding enemies better than other races. And the only weakness is that I have slightly lower hit points due to a lower constitution. Which, if you get the right gear, it doesn't matter, because you get your health back in that way. So we're going to choose elf as our thing. And so here's kind of where the difference is. So as a beginning thing, you'll start at a 28-point build. That's where you're going to start. 28-point builds is the lowest kind of thing you can get, and it's pretty rough. But it can work itself through, and eventually, as you go through the game and we unlock more stuff, we will get up to a possible 36-point build. So kind of the end game for this is we hit our max level, and then we do this thing called True Reincarnation, where we reset our character's level back to 1, change its class and its race if we want, and then level it all up again. But this time, it'll have a higher amount of points to put into its initial stats here, depending on how much favor we get. So that's always a good thing. The point is just kind of get to the end and then true reincarnate, and we can once again do all that for free. We just need to, get the proper resources in there. So as a ranger, we're going to obviously want to max out our dex, because dex is good. We do have a low con, but I'd probably put that somewhere around a... I'd say maybe a 12. And then I'm going to put in some points into wisdom. That way I can use my spells later on. Now, you know what? No, we'll do... How does it sound, Ben? 20 dex, 14 con, 10 wisdom.
Honestly, I would bump the dex down to an 18 and put some more points in the con.
Put more into con?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What's your con now after you put 18 dex?
16.
That's way better.
Yeah?
Because those 2 points of dexterity,
Right.
I mean, once you get the end game, if you had at the end game like a 90-something dexterity,
Right.
you're not going to miss 2 points.
Yeah, I guess, right. That's
kind of why you got the extra 2 points from the elf, so you can go 18.
Right.
Whereas you went human, 18 would be your max anyway.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. So, okay, well, this will kind of be our final build here. You can see here, it obviously shows you all of our different stuff. Down below my face is Charisma down here, which is at an 8. And it kind of shows you when you make your character, it'll show you all that, what each of these things do. I would say if there's one thing I'd hope that they change eventually is that they'd make things a bit more understandable to people when they first look at them. The UI definitely needs like a little bit of an overhaul here, but it's pretty general, right? Affects armor class, your physical defense, reflexes save, and ranged attack chance. Constitution affects hit points, fortitude saves, so on and so forth. So we're not going to need strength because we're not really going to be hitting anything with a melee weapon. We have the ability to, but the odds of us doing that are pretty low. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit next, right? And now we get to choose our skills, right? And so our skills, there's a lot of them. But generally, you're going to want the skills that benefit you. You'll see that some of them don't. They'll have this here, right? This little asterisk. That means that it's a cross-class skill, and it costs twice as much to train. So usually you don't want to put your points into those because it's going to be kind of expensive. But if you need them, then you need them, right? So concentration is when I'd put one in, just because that allows you to help with spell casting eventually. Let's see, what else? Spot's probably pretty good. I'm going to put some points into balance because I don't want to trip. And then usually you put 2 points, or at least it says one rank into tumble. So that way you can kind of tumble out of stuff. I got 6 points left. Let's see. I do hear that it is nice to kind of get a... I got spot on here already. I hear it's nice to get a... like a political one. So like intimidate, haggle, or diplomacy. Because there are some that there's some cases in which you need to like get a check for it.
Now I will say, I am playing a bard.
Right.
So I have diplomacy, haggle, and bluff covered.
Right. Yeah. So
not intimidate.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that I have that's of any of those is that none of them are in my class thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it for you to get those.
I mean, the only thing I can imagine to take currently is jump.
You have a UMD?
No, I don't have any UMD.
What's some UMD?
UMD is a cross-class one.
It's going to cost you more. But by the time you hit like level 12, you should have enough UMD to where you can use a raised dead scroll with at least a 50% success rate.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But on a 28-point build?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, if I die...
I mean, if you die, we better have... I mean, that's the hope of having the... I guess I'm putting too much reliance into the hirelings.
Yeah, you are.
But,
I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you know what? I'll put a point into there, and then we'll do... No, we'll put some into jump.
Or just put it in the haggle so you can get more money. Because just remember, we're not going to have any plat.
Right.
So you can always max out your haggle.
Right.
So we can start building up platinum so we can start buying items off the auction house.
Right. And that's going to be nice too, so... So, okay. So, yeah. So, we'll do that. So, these are our final little stats here. We've got these. So, you want to make sure to use all your points. And then you're going to kind of keep an eye on the ones that you put your stuff into. And you'll just... As you level up, you'll get access to more skill points. And when you do that, just put in a skill point into each and every one of the skills that you already have points into. Don't bother putting anything else into any of these other ones. Unless, of course, you cross-class. Then certain ones will be available to you that will cost you less. And now we get to the fun part of feats. I forgot about feats. Let's see. Well, we have to take a favorite enemy feat. Now, this is metadata for me, but a good amount of your beginning stuff, like your beginning like enemies, right, are probably going to be kobolds of some kind
Or undead.
or undead.
More than half of the game is undead.
Yeah. So getting favorite enemy undead or reptilian to start, because you get more as you level up. But honestly, I'd always go with undead, just because even getting something like, I mean, evil outsider. You're not going to be fighting evil outsiders within their first couple levels. You're definitely going to be running into undead, though. So, especially with what I know about the game, you're going to want that. That favorite enemy will get you more damage towards that. Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Alright, so next on the list is our feat. Now, trying to remember what I'm taking here.
Can take.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there it is. I don't know why I couldn't say it. So point blank shot is what you take here. And generally, that's just, you gained a +1 to your ranged attack bonus within 15 meters. And they deal an extra +1 to wisdom. So that gives you more damage. And you also get a critical threat range bonus when you're wielding longbows and short bows. So that is a good call there. This is just going to help you that way. If you're close to something, you're still able to hit pretty well, because normally in a longbow you couldn't. All right, so this is our review, our summary of our stuff, right? And then after all of this is taken care of, we now can customize our character. Another thing I wish would happen at some point is a nice like character model overhaul for this game, but beggars can't be choosers. Now, in old Ashen Wings fashion, we have a red mohawk. Because I'm not about to not do that. We have a red mohawk. Let's see. We've got let's see, what eyes do we choose? They all kind of look derpy as shit, but that'll be fine. Our eye color is going to be like a blue. I think I'm okay with everything about this guy, not gonna lie. I think he's okay. Facial details, yeah. I'm fine with just one scar. So there you go. Alright. So of course, after all that, you could just randomize it. I wouldn't, but I mean, take some time to kind of look into it. But if you're obviously just making a character you're going to delete, or you just don't care about character customization, you can randomize it to have a fun time.
And if you put a helmet on or a cosmetic, you're not going to see
it. Exactly. Yeah, they also have like cosmetic skins and stuff. So like, at that point, it's just cool looking armor. So we are going to see if this is taken, which I'm actually certain it is. So we're playing on the same server as my other account. Sure is. Alright, so we gotta find a name. Gotta find the name that isn't Ashen Wings.
Ashen free.
Yeah, right.
What if you just spelled ashen different?
I wish I could.
Ashwin.
Ashwin.
Like you're from Sweden.
No. This is the part of the game that takes a long time. For me.
Oh, dude, you started out with a lesser heart of wood.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's why I had one on all my stuff. Two Z's. Perfect. Look at that. When one Z doesn't work, use two. So, we're gonna enter on into the game for the very first time. Our very first time entering the game. Not really, but really on this account. So, this is kind of the general tutorial area. We'll go through it, right? Kind of like a first look again, but also, I mean, for those of you who have been playing, you kind of know what this is all like. Okay, real quick, we are going to turn on our audio, because I remember I turned that off.
Ah, you're awake! Oi, you ain't undead, are you?
That is extremely loud, I apologize.
Can you move?
Can you move?
Can you talk? Speak to me.
Speak to me. Speak to you. Oh my
Speak to
gosh.
me.
Okay, so we got Jeets, our boy Jeets. I'm not gonna go.
What Muffling said was true. No one but you made it to the island alive.
The camp's up here.
It may be worth
Follow
following
me.
this rogue. For now.
So it's nice because it adds a nice little like lore background kind of deal, but most of this stuff isn't like necessary. So you'll see up here
So you want a weapon or not?
in the top right, you'll see it'll give you, depending on what quest you're doing, right, what dungeon you're in, this will give you an idea of what your an idea of what your like quests are, I guess, in here, like your objectives. Okay, well, go figure. I just
As
had
you
it
take hold
lag
of
on
the
me.
book, feeling its balance, you can't help but notice this Jeets has more he wants to say.
Oh, he wants to keep talking to me. That's right. Has to have, sure, of course.
Tell her to keep her knickers on.
So now what we'll do
Is in the grotto. I shall show you the way.
is we'll follow this up here. This is really nice because like it's all voice acted in this area. Some of the new stuff is still voice acted, and it's really cool. But
It's only snowing because the dragon's frozen the island.
you get to hear about the lore of this place, right? So we'll get more into this little thing here, but there's essentially a difficulty scale for everything. You can only do this one on solo, which does not get you any kind of favor.
Is this Selimus, the cleric you were sent to find?
Oops.
Who in Kyber are you?
Who in Kyber are you?
First, I shall surround us with a protection spell.
Protection from death.
Temporarily prevents you from dying, though you can still suffer injuries. This effect will wear off when you leave these caves.
Now, let's be about it.
Alright, so you guys are going to watch some pro strats right here. I'm going to show you what to do,
There must be a way to open it. Try up that ladder.
because
You hear the shuffling and wheezing of some creature coming from the corridor ahead.
I'm really good at this game, guys, I swear.
The lever at the rear of this corridor most likely controls the gate where the cleric, Selimus, is
Good
waiting.
job, but no time to dawdle.
So this is just the general beginning area. This will kind of teach you like where to go, what to do. Well, you know, some of the options you can do in a dungeon.
What, it's empty?
Oi, where's the bloody Sahuagin?
Look, the door closed behind us.
It would be logical to assume.
So most of this is just us going through. And just
There are more of them up there. Stay alert.
fighting a whole group of Sahagin in here.
The righteous smite you!
But luckily, you can't really fail this part. Like you really can't fail it.
Fine wretches, are you scared of me? Come down and fight. Purge the wicked!
So in general ranger fashion, just run around. All right. So he's going to open something up here.
Now, let's find a way out of here.
Go on, Talbrun.
Anyone see a key?
Curious. I just stepped on something.
Good work. I see a key down
You
there.
grab the
Who's
silver
up for a
key.
swim?
Time to swim for the
Claustrophobia
surface.
mean anything to you?
All right. So now that we've got that key, we're getting on out of here. So these are rest shrines. Pretty cool. This one, you rest here, you get to refill a portion of your health, and you get to
Why don't you scout ahead then?
you get to
Don't get yourself in trouble.
reset your spells and everything like that. So
I'll take a little peek.
you'll see we spotted a trap there. So we're going to talk to Jeets, and Jeets is a rogue, so he is going to use the rogue ability, which we do not have, and he's going to unlock trap for us, or disarm the trap, I should say.
You can open the door now.
And so with a rogue in your party, you'd be able to do something like that, because only rogues can disarm traps.
It's time for us to go. The High Priestess should be up ahead. The onus for much suffering rests squarely upon her slimy, webbed head. There she is, performing some kind of profane blood magic.
I will open the door. Prepare yourself. Ready? Go.
So you just sit back as a ranger, you just let your ranger do its thing. I seem to have gotten aggro because... Boom.
According to our
All right.
lawyer, there's a secret passage around here somewhere leading to Korthos.
Big treasure chests.
For it. I must cleanse the profane energies around the shrine.
Let Selimus do her thing. You and I'll take care of the important stuff. The treasure.
The treasure. Okay.
Our rogue senses are tingling. There's something fishy in this
You
room.
feel a stiff
Try
draft
searching
from
around.
somewhere in this room. Perhaps
Found
the hidden
secret
passage to the
Go
village is
on.
in here.
Brilliant. Tidy lasses and pints up the wazoo. Here I come.
We're almost done here. The way out is up ahead. But first, I want to reward you for your assistance. Please come speak with me.
So I just got an Ember Longbow in that chest. So what I want to do instead is I want to get this Ember Heavy Mace in case I need to hit something. And then we leave the dungeon. We got our stuff. What? Yeah.
Smart over there.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you pick?
Stepping
Did you
out of
pick
the
a
grotto,
bow for
you
your
find
first
yourself in
weapon?
What's up?
Korthos village.
Hmm?
The
Did you pick a bow
Sahuagin
for
have
beads?
Yeah.
threatened this place for generations.
So that means whenever you're done with the collaborator,
The
you should
Sahuagin
pick,
are
because
winning.
I think there's end rewards for that.
Yep.
Some
And those
hopeful
weapons.
souls
Mhm.
still hold
If there's
out
a
for
long
help to
sword, you should
arrive.
take the long
Yeah.
sword. Oh no, because you get a penalty
Yeah.
that you hit level 4, I think.
Yeah, but I think they have short swords that they can give me.
Okay.
So, yep. So, after that's all done, we have, so now you can see, down at the bottom, we have our experience bar, right? So we're level 1, rank 2. We get this little bubble in here, as we like to call them. And that's kind of how we can go about, leveling our character and getting the stuff. You also get a daily dice every day. You get this little silver daily dice that you can roll. Gives you some new stuff. So there you go. So I just got 400 experience points just by pressing a button. So here is my stepbrother Ben. He's gonna be our bard for the party. And hopefully we can get stuff done. But do you want to just go about and doing the quest now then, or?
Yeah, so remember, we're free to play first lifers.
Right.
So everything is going to be have to unlock.
Yep.
Normal hard elite.
Yep. So that's the other thing about being a free to play character is that normally, if you were a paying member, you could go into this dungeon and you could choose the elite difficulty. Or even the Reaper. Or you can choose the Reaper difficulty. Normally, a level 1 character won't go into Reaper difficulty, but an elite...
I don't think Korthos allows Reaper.
Oh, really?
I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you get Reaper until you hit, like, Harper.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, so essentially, because we're free-to-play characters, we have to do our quests 3 times to complete our favor run for the quest. And that favor stuff, like I was talking about, is this right here, total favor. So we're looking to get a bunch of favor so that we can actually get DDO points so that we can get new classes, new races, stuff like that. So that's kind of the general concept.
If you search the wall, you may discover more. What were those cultists? A treasure chest.
All right, there you go.
Dark passage here.
You're gonna get the chest.
Though rust, there's a Sahuagin in here, performing some kind of ritual.
Come, dead son of Korthos, rise and do my bidding.
The Sahuagin
Are
were
you in
using
here
this
cranking
foil
out roses?
devour
I'm gonna be
a magical crest.
Yeah,
here
it'll be
to
real
the
easy.
void altar. If you take it
You're
with
right.
you, it may be useful later.
Yep, that's it.
You continue to hear cultists about
You're going to be
the
running
altar
around like crazy, so
from
that's going to
further
be rough.
inside the
That's a
crypt.
job.
Well, you got one now. Didn't mean to just shoot the guy, but...
As you slay these foul
Answer.
cultists, take care to keep your own health up.
Alright, so...
Another treasure chest. Perhaps this heavy mace is a bludgeoning weapon,
Oh, man.
smashing apart skeletons. Their bones are resistant to puncturing, or there's another Sahuagin. It croaks.
Cragwolf Hayton, in life you served the light.
Another crest drops out as you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
Cool. So you'll see that we have nice little like optionals in this area. Is that those Sahagin that are at those altars? They're essentially trying to awaken the bodies of the dead on those altars themselves, and so yeah, dude. Well, I couldn't target the caster first. Yeah, literally some of the stuff in here just like is untargetable immediately.
A magical barrier blocks the way, and behind it,
Oh, you have the other socket.
Sahuagin performs unholy rituals at a devourer altar.
Yeah, we are still missing one.
This barrier appears linked to 3 sockets in the wall. If you find the crest to those sockets, it may allow you passage.
Boom. Look at that.
Come to the rescue.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
I heal you for 8 damage.
I know, man. Dude, I was missing like a total of like 4 HP. It was real rough.
I double healed.
Evil devourer altar.
Ooh, good crit.
Sahuagin lost.
Imagine.
What Sahuagin's plan must have been when the altar collapses, a 3rd crest appears.
Cool.
It glows with cold magic.
I'm saying that we're going to fly through it, but this is normal.
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
so accustomed to playing Elite that I just assumed it was Elite.
My god, dude, it'll be easy. Not easy. Oh, hello? Whoa.
Like, dude.
It did.
Okay,
You
cool.
think the
How
last
you DDO
crest
this
in
one?
place, and the magic shield dissipates. The Sahuagin inside spits out in a venomous voice.
These fools who would keep Korthos shall be consumed by the devourer.
Let Ben beat that up, because I don't want to waste ammo. Come on, man.
Your
Thank you.
action saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught.
Alright.
Treasure chest in the antechamber chamber is
What are you
now
giving me?
yours.
Oh, nice, thanks. Alright, so once we're done with the quest, you just finish out. And then go do it again 2 more times.
Try just to remember in my head to pass you all my arrows until you're able to start making your.
Yeah. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully, so...
Well, what are you going deep with?
I would like to go arcane.
I mean, from 1 to 20, arcane's pretty good.
Yeah.
But once you start, if you're gonna plan to take this into epics, because you might have to just to save up for the Heart of Wood.
Right.
Deepwood Sniper holds its DPS better in epics.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with this special, what do you call it?
You know, you going pure acid.
Some of the braver
Yeah, that or force, I think.
I think acid would be a better bet.
Is acid a better bet?
I think so. I think we get more deeps.
just guts.
Okay. I mean, I'm willing to try it out. I mean, I don't expect to be TR in this shit at least like 3 more times, so.
Right.
Alright, so now, as you see, there's this little thing here.
Just go again on hard.
I mean, it's what I did on one of my characters. I went through normal, 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 and then hard, 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 elite, 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 and then I did the collaborator, normal, hard, elite.
Let's do that.
So, okay. So then we'll go ahead and move on over to this one. Easily one of the easiest quests in the game. It's actually not. There's one that's much easier. But so we're essentially going to be going through in this video, I'd imagine, is we're probably going to be going through just about the entirety of the beginning part of this Korthos.
This would be a good. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yep.
This would be a good quest to explain ransack.
True, yes. So every quest, there are a bunch of different things as you play through it, right? So, for instance, you see that there are breakables that were smashed. And it says who broke them, right? There are secret doors in every place, traps in every... Well, they're not in every place, but they're logged, right? And so you have the scorecard, right? And so what you get is much like this persistence bonus, where you get a plus 10% to your experience for 0 re-entries. You will get a bonus to your experience in some places where you get a ransack bonus, which is the highest bonus you can get for breaking everything in the game.
It's an easy 20% bonus to your experience.
Right. And it's really, really nice. I'm gonna have you do that though, because I am
There's
not gonna.
arrows over here.
All right, I'll take them. Give me.
Appears to be the main storeroom. It seems the villagers have been preparing for a protracted siege.
And you'll also find stuff like that in there, where it's just like
Yeah, sometimes-
random arrows. You'll find gold. You'll find a bunch of stuff. Like, it's really good.
Healing potions.
Right. You know what I actually should do is I should do this. I should.
Wait to pick up the keys after I break everything.
Okay. I'm gonna put this down here and this down here. So that way, in case I need to hit anything, I can just...
Yeah, you can start breaking stuff.
Because I have one of these too. I just need to switch weapons. I think that's it.
Alright, so we're at the mischief. So the mischief is an 8% bonus. So
Right.
at the bare minimum, all you get is mischief. It's still an extra free 8%.
Right. It's still a huge amount, especially for a free-to-play character.
Yeah, like
You're gonna want to get a lot of experience as much as you can, at least.
It might take you longer to quest, but you're gonna need to milk out your experience.
Right.
Some quests it's impossible to get a ransack. It might
Yep.
only go up to mischief or vandal, but still do your best to break it.
Yeah. It's still at least worth something, at least. So, like, you'll see there's, you know, copper pieces in here, there's a bunch of money. Oh, a rat! Or whatever that guy said.
Right, Vandals. That means the rest of it's going to be in the puzzle.
Yep. And so now we take that key, we come in here, and then we get to solve a puzzle. You
Start breaking it. You just start solving.
Yep. Puzzle will be solved in no time flat. So
Don't wait to hit the last tile. I have to say it. Oh yeah, say it. Weird thing.
I was like, you should not be still doing this by the time I'm done with the puzzle.
So I guess ransack's 15%, not 20, but still, I mean, easy 15.
Right.
The protective spell dissipates.
Still know it like the back of my hand.
Deliver the scroll.
So look at that. So now we got like 500 experience as opposed to the 350 experience that we were gonna get while we were in here. So always good to get more while you can, and that way you just, you know, the whole point of Dungeons and Dragons and quite literally most video games is get experience. I'm gonna use this.
What belt did you grab?
Rugged.
With me, those hit points in this game
Yeah.
really mean so much.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And
So now
is
we do
gonna be
this.
hard once we get to the beat.
Yeah.
You should pair this one up with your bow on normal.
Yeah.
This should be a cakewalk normal.
Yeah. It's normal and hard was good. I mean, I did this on my barbarian on one of the different servers.
On elite, and that's probably still pretty hard.
It was hard. I mean, I failed it the first time, but once I actually had to utilize intimidate
Eldar spoke of.
to allow it to work, because
Those who would doom Korthos by destroying it.
so the cool thing is I can
I
stand up
failed
here.
one time on my completionist on elite with a group full of hires. I
Right.
still ended up like having a hard time.
It's cool because I can essentially spot enemies as they spawn, so I have an advantage to poke them out. Dude, my crit range is so good right now.
Yeah, just wait.
So good.
That's why I told you to go elf.
Well, I mean,
Just wait till like you actually get to take those enhancements that really boost it up. You know?
right.
It's that-
Boom.
Thank God.
And they're gonna come right up to me too, though. Stupid. Thanks for the heal. Alright, doesn't look like we got the name.
You might.
I thought he spawned at this point. You got somebody following you. Ooh. Ooh. No, we do not get the name.
Pretty for like 7. I can't wait till I start getting damage spells.
Right? Because you went Spellslinger, right?
Oh yeah.
So, yeah,
It's
you're...
gonna be important. That's okay.
Only one left?
A Dark Illusionist, I would go Washy,
Right.
so I can get critical hit damage.
The last cultist, thus protecting the Caneth Crystal and saving Korthos.
Saving Korthos.
Alright, so now we got
Yes. Alright. Obviously get the aid bracers, because
It is on
aid?
people's lips as you walk by. Cautious looks have become friendly nods. Then word comes that your presence is requested in the tavern.
Okay. So, do you want to do just this one again next? We're here?
yeah, to start backwards.
Yeah.
Alright, and get action points.
Okay. So yeah, so
Now I can get Sonic Blast.
ooh, Sonic Blast. There you go. But that's essentially the concept. Is that we're going to show you guys kind of how to go through the game as free-to-play characters, not spending a single dime on the game. I do kind of want to like move some of this stuff. I'd like to. Just do that. Don't need to know unless we can do. That's actually probably easier. This right here. This I could probably move to. Boom. Now it's a little more open. Like I said, I think the UI for the game is definitely lacking in some sense. But it, it's done what it needed to do for a long time, so. Okay, we got our mace, got all this. Oh yeah, so that's the other thing is also when we're going through here, you can look at enchantments, right? These things you can get. So for instance, I'll get that Elven Accuracy, right? Now I have a boost to that. And then I still have 2 more action points remaining. Like I said, those action points, you get them by those bubbles. And then, let's see. Yeah, what is the melee sniper? I'm looking at the Deepwood Stalker stuff right now. Headshot. Strikes like lightning. 10% double strike and 20% double shot. Heavy draw. While it's active, you deal 5 damage, plus 5 damage with archery and thrown attacks, effects that modify the attack penalty and damage bonus of the power attack. Also modify this ability. You also gain plus 1 confidence bonus to critical multiplier when longbow and shortbow. This ability has no effect when using a crossbow. An extra favorite enemy. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's so bad.
It's really good.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we will do that then. You get plus 10 positive spell power, and which means that my heals will heal me for more. My point blank shot and range sneak attack range are increased by 5 meters for each Deepwood Stalker core ability I possess, which means that I'll be able to do that same amount of damage at further away for free, pretty much, which is really nice. Let's see. Favorite defense, stealth, increased empathy, and tended and cut. I don't like that one. +3 to diplomacy. It's over here. Listen, search, and spot. Acquiring armor is decreased by 5%. Child of Nature. Choose an entangle effect using a drop of your blood and 10 spell points. We'll do favorite defense. Just because we're going against undead too, so. Alright. Boom.
How do you want to pass it?
Wait for this guy to spawn. Which he will. There he is.
So we did that one take.
Yep.
And I stole that last kill.
It was a little rude, but it's alright. It's alright.
Yo, decent great axe. Plus 2 holy great axe and a fork bait.
Nice. For all those orcs we're gonna fight.
Well, if we get the Tangle Root, those orcs.
That is true.
No, those are hobgoblins.
No, there are orcs in there too. Just not later, I think, right? Because I thought it was hobgoblins and orcs. I don't remember.
You remember what an orc looks like? Okay.
The green? Large?
Trolls.
No, not those guys. Those are trolls, but the orcs are like armored. They look like beefy humans.
See, that's what I thought, but I thought those were hobgoblins.
No, there are hobgoblins. I know what you're talking about. Or are you talking about like the bugbears?
Yeah, that's it.
Who's to say? I would like to load in, please. Thank you. Great. Oh no! Bugged out on a loading screen. Oh.
I have to restart playing.
And wouldn't that just be something?
Oh, no. Hopefully
Oh, yep, I'm loading it too. Servers are normally an issue with this for some reason, but
we got low budget right now.
yeah.
Lost, I mean, more than half of their player base left because they just couldn't keep up with other games.
Yeah.
You know, that's the sad part, but
But that's exactly it, right? I mean, you know, you
I just love I love this game still. It's just a classic.
Right.
You know, like,
This must be the
literally in my childhood.
stepping in from the dark.
summon your guy. Oh, it's normal. Whatever, I don't care. I don't know why I did it.
Go by faster.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is sad because, like, I mean, there's a lot of love in this game. It's just you don't see a lot of people putting a lot of dedicated time into it, and I'm just happy to see that there's still content coming out for it. You know.
Yeah, I think they're actually like I think they actually are putting a lot of effort into it and a lot of time into it. You know, I think Sandstone Gaming, they're just taking a different direction than what Turbine was doing.
Right.
And I don't see anything wrong with it. I actually really enjoy especially the last like 3 major expansions of like Ravenloft, Shard, and Feywild.
Right.
Like it's just really cool content, and I'm really excited can't wait to get to the point where we get to show it off on this account.
Right.
Like that's just gonna be a huge achievement.
The fact that we could get there for free, right, and show it off to everybody.
This would just be really cool.
Right. Be happy to finally get a mount.
It's easy. Once we unlock Borderlands, we can farm that.
Yeah.
Drexelhand isn't here. However,
We already get the little chest.
Yeah, I did.
The chamber beyond the secret passage looks ancient, predating Korthos village.
So this is kind of the final dungeon of the first part of the Korthos area. The town, at least, before you walk into the wilderness. Oh, that one shot. Love to see it. Nice. Jacoby Drexelhead.
There. That Weasley Drexelhand has nowhere left to run. Finish the job.
Get off me, bro. You don't want none of this. He'll be fine. Boom. Get that. Let's get all that experience, and then we do it 2 more times. Oh my gosh. Ugh. All right, let's see here. We are at 18 favor right now.
I'm really bad at remembering to like turn in my favorite
Yeah.
rewards to the patrons.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to try to remember to just to like
Yeah.
tell ourselves
Right.
because like that's how you unlock like extra inventory slots, extra bank slots. Like there's some really awesome stuff you can unlock doing that.
It's time to take
Just gotta remember it.
Out in the wilds of Korthos Island.
2 hours later.
Boom. All right. Oh yeah, this is the thing here. Merla Bauer daughter. So if we open the DDO store, you guys won't see this because they didn't integrate it into the game like they did previously. I don't think they give us the 5. Says I have 150 points. Yeah, you should have 70 points based on the 75 based on the favor we've gotten.
How do you have 150?
Because I did it on, I did all this stuff on a different server.
Oh,
Already. Yeah. So.
I got it. Yeah. Did we get the thing?
I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I don't need it. I don't think it's necessary for me. So, but it is a thing you can do. There's a res cake if you wanted it, but I do not need it, so I am not gonna get it.
Gotta go give it to somebody.
I should spend my points. I have 3 points.
You res great. Die in battle, soloing, you hit that cake, you come back to life, get closer to a shrine.
Boom. All right. Now we go talk to her. Yeah, find Lars. I'm gonna go accept all the other quests that we have now available to us. Got the mayor's quest that we can do now. Then somebody else's quest for us. And some Wilm. Yeah, but that's essentially the first part of Korthos. So, genuinely, you can pretty much take that as it is there, and it's a fun little adventure to go through, right? But now we get to have access into this, right? This will bring us into kind of part 2 of Korthos, of the training, the beginning tutorial area, which is a wilderness. So going into the wilderness,
Never be normal.
yeah, it's only ever normal all the time. You don't get favor from doing wilderness stuff. You do get tons of experience though, because there's a wide open area filled with different things, special bosses that only spawn randomly. Those are those rare encounters. There are like things all around here to go find that will give us an additional boost to experience. So there's that. And then you have quests that you can grab, right?
We're gonna go do this one, right?
Yeah. So that's a Hagen down there. Hello?
Steam billows from the hidden entrance
All right.
to underground complex.
So do this. And so,
You think
what's up?
For the sake of time and footage, we we just run through the rest of it at normal?
I mean, I figured if anything, we could do it. I might just do it so where we.
I thought about like we can always just stop whenever we stop.
Right.
And pick up where we left off.
Right.
And the way we edit it, we can just have us running through each quest on normal be the one that plays.
Right.
And then like speed up the hard and elite runs, and we can just dialogue over it.
Yeah, I mean that'll work out. Yeah, I mean,
it's not such a long video.
Right, exactly. And I figure, it's like, well, it's looking at the same quest 3 times, right? Like,
right. So like we'll just talk about what we were doing, explain some certain things that we did.
Right. And then go from there. Yep. Oh. Okay. Thing. Oh. Always use things. Yep. So during the second run of Korthos, essentially, we are, Yep, you gotta do the breakables too.
Old school use of slide.
Yep.
Little secret doors. I wonder if I can find them.
Way to the giantish device.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. There's slimes in here, if I recall correctly.
Oh, it's a high. Old school.
The sound of distant snoring warns you that you are not alone here. If you're careful, you may be able to take the sleeping guards by surprise.
Oh, we've taken the sleeping guards by surprise, alright.
The last Sahagan guard collapses to the floor. But what are they guarding?
I was trying to figure out, I was just like, wait a minute, was there?
Looks capable of truly ear-shattering noise.
Forgot to shut this.
With the gong's reverberations, you hear a slight rumble from the larger room. But then, if the second strike of the gong produces the telltale sound of
Boom.
ice.
Like I said, Ben and I, we've done this. We've done these dungeons a lot. So
Because basically everything you're seeing on his screen is exactly what I'm doing on my screen. It's on the other side of the.
Yep. So now those are both pulled. We're now going to go under here. We are going to
You spot a rusty hatch submerged.
down here. Obviously, you'll see that there's also a breath meter. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you don't need that. You'll get some ability or some spell or something.
Could have shown them that we were given an underwater action key.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Completely forgot.
I don't know.
Yeah, so essentially you do have those available to you, which allow you to pretty much breathe underwater for however long the spell lasts. So it's nice in that sense because you get to, you get to breathe underwater for a long period of time, but we got Spidey.
You know the puzzle to this or no?
Roughly. Perks of being a ranger. Don't even need to go anywhere up there. Okay.
Ahead is the giantish device. The freezing
So, how this works is we need to turn these off.
close enough to redirect.
And we need to redirect them to this one. So I want to say it's like this. that doesn't seem right. Oh, wait, hold on. It is right.
The mist solidifies into ice over the ancient creature, but it's not enough. You need
Not enough.
jets to affect a thing of this size. A layer
There it goes.
of ice forms over the ancient creature, guaranteeing its slumber.
Simple little puzzles like that run through most of these quests, so it's just about doing them enough and
Steam billows from the hidden entrance to an underground complex.
right. Yeah, this is also the cool part, is that there's a whole layers option out here. This tree over here is an explorer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you'll see we'll get experience for doing those things. Sometimes I think a name boss shows up here. If I recall correctly, there's could be a name that pops up over here too. Yep.
Only 3 rares, might as well.
Right.
See if we can get 'em.
It just looks like Sahagin. Oh no, this is it.
Close tabs on the comings and goings of the Korthos village citizens from this
Boom. So, ton of experience in just that little bit there. That helps us out a lot. So we got these boots. A ring of alertness. Not bad. Alright. So we're gonna go up over this way. We'll head on over to Hayton. Now, yeah, that's probably a good call. Probably a good call to do that. So I always recommend just like going around and checking stuff out, right? Just kind of seeing what's available and it's never not worth it to go and look around and check the area. So we go right back up here. And we've got our end reward from this guy. And so you can choose many things. I think I choose this one, concentration and tumble. So I think every other one is just kind of meh. Battered helm, intimidate, haggle, will save, and concentration diplomacy. You know what? We will take the will save one. Boom. All right. Follow the path. But the Korthos stuff definitely is not a good example of the crazy shit that occurs late game. It's pretty good to kind of get you the idea of what's happening in regards to, you know, your character, how to play, right, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, there's like crazy amounts of skill and difficulty to a lot of these different adventure packs that you'll see as we unlock them. Alright, there you go. Sahagin Exterminator.
A mangled sewer grate leads to an old abandoned cannon manufactory.
Oh.
You enter one of the laboratories where decades ago, House Caniff first imbued mystical life into Autumn. The doorway ahead has been boarded up. Oddly, the work looks very recent.
So you'll see in here there'll be some traps and some other stuff, and normally this is where you'd get like a rogue, right, to disable the traps, or at least somebody with rogue in them to disable the traps. But for these ones specifically, we probably don't need much. I think these are all poison traps, so the worst that they do is they give us a stat decrease. Yeah, that's the one. I might just keep my mace on me now. I can use my dexterity modifier as my damage for my melee weapons now. So
A magical barrier humming with compressed energy resolutely blocks your path. You hope you can find a way to disable it somewhere.
forgot this is, oh, that's a lock. Thick lock one. Alright, more puzzles, except not really. This opens, and so now we gotta turn off all the valves.
Upon turning the valve, you hear a definite alteration in the pitch of the hiss as the gas struggles to flow around your obstruction.
Hello? Oop, I missed one. Oh, I missed the two giant ones. I got all the small ones, didn't get any of the giant ones. Alright, there you go. So now I can destroy these crystals.
You can now easily destroy them.
Boom.
Crystal shatters, the hum
Just like that. Now we can head on over to the next part, which is this area that was covered up in a magical field. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da-da.
Who in the flame are you? Oh no. The Sahuagin found
A Suhagen found. God, dude, fuck.
air shimmers with devourer magic. The Sahagin have followed you in and are attacking. Yuki's life is in your hands.
They
Nice.
Watch for more attacks.
And so here we're just defending this guy. He's the guy who's going to help us kind of figure out how to stop the evil stuff happening in here.
Keep coming. I won't die that easily.
Come on. Was that one more wave? I think it's only one more.
Now you see what I have to deal with. Once the Swahagan get your scent, they won't stop until you're dead.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is the last one. Damn, I really did not expect it to be this long. I thought it was shorter. We have to wait till like a name. Oh, there's the name. Alright.
The Swahagan magic is gone. We beat them off. This time.
Hayden looks weary after surviving this latest attack.
Go
Perhaps
now.
you should
Tell
talk
Ursa
to
to
him
hold the
again.
barricade just a little longer. Then meet Amalgam at the base of Misery's Peak when you're ready.
With Hayden finally persuaded to
Tell
help,
Ursa to
the
hold
people
the
of
barricade
Korthos
just a
might...
little
Almost level 3!
Then meet Amalgam at the base of Misery's Peak when you're ready.
I'm literally 1,000 points away.
500 away.
You're good on your thing.
Yeah, that's right. Roll better, scrub. Okay. Now we gotta head on over to the next one. Which I think I know the way still. I think I do. Rats. Whoop. Lag. Hello. Thank you. Get that 50. That 50 slayers. Got a whole whopping nothing.
Low level.
Oh, yeah.
Scale. Well, there's aim something now.
Yeah. I think he's over by the entrance over here. It would be kind of cool. Doesn't look like he did, though. I don't see his chest here. Alright. What's going on over here?
The decrepit catacombs are slightly obscured by the falling water.
Alright. Necromancer's Doom.
You enter a musty hall, heavy with silence and the weight of dark stone. All of a sudden, the sense of rot and decay assail your nostrils. Something foul is here.
Should be some bats that fall down.
You see the glint of metal through some
There they are.
as the secret door slides open. You see a magical cell across the chamber. Could it be Holy Root?
You gonna be stuck in here? Cool. Then we go on down here. Devour a War Priest. Hit the lever. You know, I still haven't found out. I still don't know where the key is or how to. I guess you have to unlock it. You have to take the lock to get to that treasure chest that's past the Druskin Jurasko. That girl that we save over here.
Oh yeah, there's like yeah, you have to pick it
Yeah.
or have knock or something.
There we go. Oh, come on. All right, back out in here. Oh, that's right. He killed Jacoby Drexelhand, but he's dead this time.
Jacoby Drexelhand stands before you, alive, but not quite dead. He cackles as he swears vengeance upon you. Drexelhand spits a curse and swears to return again before collapsing in a heap of bones. You take the cell key from his remains.
Boom. That level up.
We get it. Hopefully after we get our 50 kills.
The decrepit catacombs are slightly
Cool.
obscured by the falling walls.
Alright, now we gotta head towards the one up by the one all the way up in the corner over there. And then that's the last one. Gotta figure out a meeting for dinner after this. Here's some people to kill. Here's some more people to kill.
How'd that not level? That's so rude.
How much do you need? 77? Dang. Unfortunate. Well, what about this? No. Well, I think we run into a... Yeah. Yeah, definitely unfortunate the state of their servers. How, like, unstable they are. Like, it's, like, if there's one thing that you wouldn't want to have is unstable servers. Alright. Get that level.
This entrance leads down into an
Alright.
ancient Kenneth aqueduct.
Run into it. Ooh, body beater.
Resilient spider webs block your path. They don't look capable of withstanding blows from your weapon.
Oh no. Alright, cool.
The cells in this room hold a number of desperate Korthos villagers.
Alright, we gotta go this way. So, secret special thing here, guys. You just follow along the top part here. And then you get yourself over here. You get to fight a secret boss. So that's a nice little secret there for anybody who wants to know. Sometimes they'll do shit things like that, like put those vases and stuff on pedestals. Shoot. Okay. Big trap in this area. But if you just stay along the left wall, you're not hurt.
You have breached the Devourer's sanctum. From ahead, you will hear a woman's plaintive cry for help.
Alright. If she's in here, we don't talk to her yet. She is not in here.
The evil cult leader will spill innocent blood no more.
Thanks. Alright. And then we just gotta keep it going. Right. Yeah, unless, I mean, oh, we got Ransack now, so yeah, we can talk to her. No, there's some in the back there that we haven't, that we can't get to. Or that's too far back for me to care about, I should say. Alright, so that's that all for that normal. I guess the only thing we have to do now is probably, yep, we have to recall. Get all of our quest rewards. And then we have to do Misery's Peak.
And level up.
And level up.
Can't forget to level
That's
up.
right, we do have to level up. So we'll be level 3. It's really nice. The Curative Cloak is nice, but the Feather Cloak is better.
Your finding Hayton transformed the village. It seems as if all of Korthos were holding out for news of your next great victory with bated breath.
Alright, so we got Feather Cloak, which normally you can see that it's got this little thing down here. That means we call it a clicky. But essentially, they've got charges on them of spells. And so what you can do is you can tap on them, much like I've been doing with the aid here, and it gives it to yourself. And it's really nice. It gives you a nice little boost to some stuff depending on the spell. And it also looks cool because you actually have to do capes. Little cloaks and stuff.
So we are going to be going back and doing all these back on hard and elite.
Yeah.
Okay. That kind of like makes up what I'm going to get. So I'm going to get my spell power first. So I'd rather have that going into the harder difficulties. And the next one I'll get my striding item.
Okay.
And then get my expedious retreat.
Right. So you'll see there now I have some of Expedious Retreat, which gives me a base run speed plus 25%. So that's real nice. Now I can speed through a bunch of stuff. Oh, you gotta remember to also get all these quests again. Now you just want to do Misery's Peak right now?
The normal one, yeah, we could.
Okay. Oh, we got a level. Yeah. Alright. Next level is the Ranger. So, like I said, same concept, right? We're going to just bump up everything that isn't tumble. Bam. Alright. And then we get some basic feats, some defensive feats. And then we also get to choose another feat. So, normally we would go for... toughness is a good choice if you wanted to get more health. Let's see. Weapon focuses are pretty good too. Let's see. I don't know if I want precise shot.
Well, think about it. The faster you get improved precise shot, the faster you can be shooting through multiple enemies at the same time.
Right. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I might want to take first. But I think that actually
Do you
might...
have shot on the
Shot on the run? No.
speed for you?
No, I need mobility and +4 base attack bonus.
Oh, grabbing. You need to take dodge to get mobility, and those are actually two good feats for you.
Oh, no penalties here at attack roll when moving or shooting. That's not bad. So then probably...
I think you also need mobility to get a true precise shot. So it's definitely something to take.
Guess I'm taking dodge. Boom. I get another action point here. All right.
It took Hex Seeker's Doors.
Okay.
Might be able to get another bonus, maybe some extra loot.
Right.
Misery.
Mm-hmm. All right. Dr. Ingram. I think, can we have to go on a run. That's too damn bad. Gotta remember where to go. Ooh, a rat. Yeah, like the ambiance of this game is always really good too. I mean, like I love the storytelling of some of the dungeons, and it's just like I don't know, like it can be fun, but like it's just I don't usually find an MMO like super fun when there's no one else playing it, you know?
Right, and that's actually a conversation that me and Mike actually had.
Right.
We just love the game so much, we hate to see it die, but like that's really what the issue is.
Right.
The fact that there's not enough people playing.
Right. Like I love a community in a game. And I mean like I don't expect this series to like get people into playing DDO or whatever. Like if it does, then great. Right? But
I kind of hope it does, because I'd hate to see this game like stop producing content
right.
and stuff like that. It'd be cool if like we're able to help get the market out there a little bit more.
Right. Oh, we're not done. We have to talk to the thing.
Yeah. Quest there.
Pick up the quest, you crazy. Crazy dude. He is over here, right?
Down the path.
Oh, I see him. I see him. Nah, I went over by the camp and completely just walked right past him. There we go. Misery's Peak. Yeah, I definitely, you know, I would hate to see this game die, right? I mean, I want so many game developers to like, you know, keep with their content and do that, but like I'm almost curious what they do in order to like keep it so fresh to the point where they're like, yeah, we're gonna get new people in here.
I think it really comes down to is like, even as a player, I'd be okay if they slow down on coming out with new content. Like we get new content roughly twice a year, which is still pretty cool. Like I like the fact that they're it's a steady inflow of new content. But I think even if you just gave us like one, like if you cut it down by like one of those new things down by half and gave us like 1.5 quote unquote new content a year and just made it one big drop,
right?
One big patch. I'd be happier with that if you spent the remaining money left over on advertising.
Right.
Like draw the attention towards the game. But now who am I?
Who am I? Just a dedicated friggin' player to the game. Yeah, I mean it is definitely one of those things, you know, you want to see it succeed because you have such like good memories with the game, right? But I feel like that's even like what a lot of people are doing with like World of Warcraft right now.
Right.
Like people who've been playing World of Warcraft for like, you know, 10 plus years of their life, right? They're not going, oh yeah, like, you know, World of Warcraft is still the best game. there are a lot of people who are just like, World of Warcraft is like awful and has been nothing but bad for like the past.
This is not the time to get into WoW. Like, should have did that 20 years ago.
Right, exactly. Like,
the game's not the same.
And so it's just like, it's like unfortunate to see that because like, you know, nobody wants to see WoW die, but like, yeah, I mean, well, I don't think it'll die, but I certainly don't think it'll be the #1 MMO anymore. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV is doing pretty good about
I think Final Fantasy
keeping that.
is gonna, for sure, take off.
Like with the amount of people that are coming in from WoW to 14 is kind of ridiculous.
But at least you know that community is gonna be going strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, and that's why, you know, I even play 14 is that there's a huge sense of community, and you know, a lot of the things in the game are super fresh, and you know, they make sense for the stories, and you know, I think the only downside that stops people from playing Final Fantasy 14 is the fact that you have to go through the entirety of the story in order for you to get to endgame, when most people are like, I just want to get to endgame.
Right.
Like, my whole thing is I want to get to endgame, which is why they came out with boosts and stuff, but that's just you spending money on that.
Right.
And like, if you want to spend the money to boost your character, like, by all means, but
every game has that pay-to-win aspect of it.
Right. And I mean, this isn't even like a pay-to-win. This is a pay to get to content that's relevant. And that's it. Like,
That's kind of annoying, actually. When you put it like that, that would annoy me.
Well,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing necessarily. Like, it probably doesn't take too long to get through the story.
Right, it really doesn't.
So, like, it's not that big a deal. It's just as much bad as it's going to be for us to grind out favor. Like, it's just a little bit of annoyance. But you get past it, and you get bullshit.
Right. And, like, the thing is, though, is that, like, the whole thing is that, like, when people get into MMOs, right, they're not... Most people don't think an MMO is, like, you know, oh, so story-oriented to the point where, like, everybody's just clicking through all the dialogue of all the people who give them quests, because it's like, whatever, I don't care what they have to say, like, I just want to get to fighting the big thing. Right? But, like, that is kind of the whole point of the Final Fantasy MMO, is the story, because the story is important to the game in general, and like, you're gonna feel real lost unless you just genuinely don't care about the story. And if you don't care about the story, then that's fine. But I always just say it's like literally one of the strongest things about the game is the story. And so I'm always just like, you'd be doing yourself a disservice by not listening to the story, and at least like paying attention to it. Maybe you don't have to pay attention to every single bit, because obviously if you wanted to know what happens, you can just like Google it, right? But right, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's just such oh, hello. There's just such like genuine coolness in the story that I'm like, yo, dude, that's really great. Like,
You go down or up? Down?
I went down. You can probably drop here. Yeah. Maybe get my healer to heal me.
Oh, you're missing.
I don't think it's anything we need. The door's open. Alright. Getting them ghouls out of here. Yeah, like, this is a really cool thing that they're gonna do here in a second, where we're gonna see... I think we see it coming up. Nice, okay. That thing died? Alright. Cleared out that room. Yeah, there's the dragon.
Chills run down your spine as you finally come face to face with a dragon that has been terrorizing Korthos.
And so the cool thing here is, like, technically you can fight it, but technically you can't fight it. Like, I'm ranged, but I still can't actually do any damage to it.
Your arrows actually like stick.
Right. You get stuck right in the wall. The invisible wall.
The door at the rear of the cabin pops open. Cultists attracted by the roar of combat rush out to confront you.
That was nice. I was about to say that was actually damage.
It sucks how long this.
Yeah.
Now instead of I almost grabbed the actual spell Sonic Blast. That way I'd have the spell and that one, so I
Right.
can spam it.
It wouldn't be too bad.
Secret doors will help us get some experience.
Right. Shoot everything with arrows. That's my job. That's really nice.
Fun stuff.
I remember when you were like, oh, I can't even get a kill for shit.
Yeah, all I needed was maximize.
Yep. All you needed was your spells to do more damage. Who would have thought?
Another heavy door. Hopefully the switch is nearby and not too well guarded.
That's a neat little thing. You'll see under here that the dragon is actually following them under their thing there. It's pretty cool. Right? It's just the little stuff, right? And this is like a beginning to... It's funny because, like, you know, we don't even talk about the fact that, like, this was not the original, like, tutorial area. Like...
I mean, dude, it's changed so much.
Yeah.
And, like, not even just, like, once. Like, when I say so much, I mean at least, like, 5 times it was a different sort of tutorial.
Right.
But, like, this one seems to be the one that they're sticking with.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good tutorial area, I would say.
A signal crystal glows with power as you engage the first control lever. But where is the second?
But where is the second? It's all the way over there and already pulled. Don't do what I do, kids. Because? Why not? With maximize that? That's a lot. All right. Oop. I think we're almost towards the end here, actually. We need to just beat the weird elemental thing in this next room, and I think we're good. Oh no, my aid went away. No. Nope. Ice Flencer. That was easy. Oh, that's right, we have to do that. Reload those arrows. Take them out. Take them out. We gotta hit these switches. Nice. There we go.
Well, I can focus on this. I'm thinking that.
Yeah. So we have to destroy that crystal. That's our like main thing, but it's mainly just this archfiend is trying to take control of the dragon. The dragon's like, "Hey, fuck you, man. I'm not gonna be able to do that."
This could be your chance to destroy the Mind Sunder. The Mind Flayer shrieks as it loses the Mind
There he goes. And he's just like, "Oh no."
usurps its will and looks very unhappy.
Look at him. He laughs and shit. What a dick.
Disrespect.
Right. That's it. That's the end of it. We saved the dragon from being taken over by the Mind Flayer for bad stuff. And now we go ahead and finish it out.
Here, take this portal, so you won't have to walk back.
Yeah, was there a treasure chest out here? No? No, there was not.
Well struck.
There's
I
nothing
wish
left
we
to do.
dispatched.
Boom. And now we're back in Korthos, and it's not snowing anymore.
Savior of Korthos. They cheer
Have
as
to
you return.
watch next time.
Yep, exactly. Now
Than just this small village.
that we're done here. Now that we're done here, we now have the ability to go ahead and bring on ourselves over to the harbor, which is the next area. Of course, before we do that, though, we are going to be going through those dungeons again on hard and elite, so that we can get the maximum amount of favor from them. But currently, just doing those 5 on normal, we have 45 favor total. So the 45 favor, that's really good. I believe that net us a pretty solid amount. Does that get us a good amount of DDO points? I'm gonna have to check. I think you get another 25. Nope, we haven't gotten any more yet. So it is pretty much stayed exactly where it is. So yeah, so that's gonna be that. We'll kind of speed up some stuff for you, so it's a little bit more, more us talking and less us going through the same dungeon 3 times. But that's kind of the beginning area for Korthos, and how to do it free to play. Get a friend, get them into a dungeon with you, buy a hireling, and preferably, if you had to choose, unless you yourself are a class that can heal, get a cleric. Otherwise, you might want to get something that does some pretty good damage. And then, yeah, you just go about doing the quests. So follow the little stuff over here that tells you what exactly it is you need to do, and that'll kind of get you through it. But that's going to be it for this little section of content. And I'll get it as edited as possible to where it's not super boring. But yeah, we're getting through it here. We're at level 3 already, and so that's a pretty big boost to us. And then maybe when we start this next time, we'll go into the harbor And then we will start to do some fun other stuff, I guess. Gotta figure that out, but good stuff. Alright, cool. Well, that's it. So, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully you guys are you enjoy this series. Let me know what you guys think. Any DDO veterans, let us know how we can make this experience less dreadful. Because it will be for a little while. But the more we go towards it, and the more we just kind of take precaution and put a foot or get our foot in the door for a lot of these things, we'll be clearing out more content, and then we will have the enough points to get more adventure packs. And so that will unlock some cool stuff for us, and then we may even just make a separate video per each adventure pack, just to kind of go over the general idea of that adventure pack and if it is worth it to you. So thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to drink some water, eat your vegetables, and don't be a dick. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Nerd out.